Okay, babe, today we are going to talk about being stuck. And the question I'm going to ask you is, are you living your life based on your values? So in this video, we're going to talk about our values. We're going to help you discover what your values are and if you're actually living your life based on what you value. Sometimes we live our life and we are working towards a goal, but when you take a look and take a step back and look at our actions, they don't match up to what we're actually thinking we're working on. Our habits say otherwise. We're scrolling on social media, we're spending money on things that we probably shouldn't really be spending money on, and that is contributing to overwhelm, that is contributing to stress, that is contributing to anxiety that you're experiencing. So before we can move forward, we need to actually learn and understand and acknowledge what we value, and then we can create action steps. And once we do that, then we can realize if we're actually living our life in alignment. When I learned how to do this, it was like an aha moment for my life. I started being able to actually do things that I enjoyed versus doing things because I thought I needed to do them or based on what somebody else told me I needed to do. And it was really causing me a lot of stress in my life. So I want you to think of your values as an internal compass. What is it that you actually value? Now you can do a quick Google search and see a list of values, or you can just tune into yourself, take a deep breath, give yourself 5 minutes, and actually write down what you value. So if you need an example, my values are, I value slow mornings. I value taking time to wake up naturally. I don't like waking up to an alarm clock. It really dysregulates my nervous system. Just giving me that frantic energy in the morning, I don't like it. So I value waking up naturally. So I've set my life up in a way that allows me to wake up naturally. Sometimes that means going to bed a little earlier. Sometimes that means turning off the TV and not picking up my phone so I have the time and the space to actually fall asleep and get some rest. Another thing that I value is knowledge and education. And so I invest in myself and my future by learning, by reading books, by taking courses, and paying for things that help bring knowledge and education into my life because I value that. So things that I have spent my money on according to those values is I buy courses on nervous system regulation. I buy courses on how to build a business. I buy courses on how to actually make your money work for you. And I feel good spending my money on stuff like that because it's important to me. Another thing I value is spending time with my family. So even though I don't live near them, I live about 5 hours away from my family, I make it a point to go up once a month. Yes, I work up there, but I also extend my trip a little longer so I have the space and the time to see my family and hang out with them. I value personal growth. So I buy books, I go to therapy, I have deep and meaningful conversations. I value food and I value experiences. And so I'm not gonna go out and buy the coolest $500 sneakers because I don't value shoes. I don't really value tangible things. I don't value clothes. So if you see me in the same shirt, it's because I have 5 of the same shirt that are $10. I don't value buying those things. I just don't value, so I don't pay for. And another thing that I want to hit on is that I value buying and purchasing things that are going to save me money in the long run. For example, I have a Breville Barista Express. It is an espresso machine so I can make a cappuccino every morning because I value my morning and I value my cappuccino and I value reading while I drink my cappuccino. It's my favorite thing on earth. And so when you look at the sticker price of a Breville espresso machine, typically they range from 6, 7, 8, all the way up to thousands of dollars. And so I was spending my money by going to coffee shops and, it's a $5 cappuccino. But if you think about it, 5 times 30, if we're saying I have a cappuccino every single day, that's $150 just in 1 month. Now here's the kicker. Now if you add that up and think you have a cappuccino every single day at $5 a day, that's almost $2,000. And that's at the very low end of a cappuccino. Now back to what I was saying about I will buy things, I will invest in things that are eventually going to save me money in the long term. I bought a $500 espresso machine, which I manifested, by the way, but that's a different video. If you want me to make a video on that, I will totally make a video on that, but that's for a different video. But I purchased this $500 espresso machine because $500 for an espresso machine versus $2,000 a year totally is going to save me money in the long run. Do you see how that works out? So maybe I spent $800 in the first year of having an espresso machine between buying the espresso machine and the coffee and the milk and whatnot. But that saves so much money and it makes me happy, and it's something that's totally value-based. Now, you might not value coffee, so don't buy an espresso machine, but I hope you get the understanding of what I'm trying to say here. Find your values and then use your money towards what you value. Now, on the opposite side of this, 3 years ago, before I actually started living based on my values and spending money on things that I value, I would just spend money nowhere. Really, if I think about it, I love to home goods. I love TJ Maxx. I would just buy random shit that I didn't need. And then I would wonder where all my money was going. How come I didn't have money? How come I don't have a retirement savings? How come it feels really uncomfortable to spend this money on a pair of shoes? And then I would buy these things that just didn't make me feel good. And then I just had things, and I don't like things. I constantly clean out my apartment. I'm constantly purging and donating. And so there was a time where I was like, I am donating a lot of stuff because I just have stuff everywhere and I don't like stuff everywhere. And so I got really clear on what I wanted to spend my money on. And so if it didn't fit my values, I really wouldn't spend money on it. So what I want you to do is I want you to take out a pen and paper. I want you to give yourself 5 minutes and just write out what you actually value in life. And then take an audit. You can look at a bank statement. I know, not the funnest thing to do. Take a look at a credit card bill or your Apple Pay and just see where you've been spending your money. And I ask you to do this because awareness is huge. Sometimes we just do things and we're not aware of it. And it's hard and it's uncomfortable, but I want to let you know that you can do it, and that when you start spending money on things that you value and that are important to you, your whole life's going to change. You're not going to be as stressed because you have money to spend on the things that you enjoy. It's going to raise your vibration. It's going to make you happier. And who doesn't want that, right? So it's not just about money, but that's a huge portion of it. Next, I want you to identify within these values your daily habits. Is that watching YouTube video contributing to your values? Is that helping you get further? I hope this video is helping you get further, but I know I'm a scroller on Instagram and TikTok, and I know it's not the healthiest habit, and it's something that I am trying to break. I am guilty of that. But do an audit of your habits. I value my health, so I do make it a priority to walk every single day. I also have a dog, so I have to walk every single day. I also make it a priority to eat better foods and take a vitamin, right? I've noticed that my health is so much better when I take a multivitamin. How simple is that? And I know life happens, and I'm just here to remind you that if you're feeling out of alignment, if you're feeling the stress, if you're feeling the overwhelm, there's something out of alignment. And my goal of this video is to help you get back into alignment and use your values as the guiding posts for your life. And I also want to remind you that it doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take some time, especially if you've been living and moving unconsciously, right? Like most of us. We just do things because they're out of habit. So we're going to create new habits, and your values are the guiding post for these new habits. So I invite you, if you're still in this video with me, I invite you to write down 3 values in the comment section. I shared mine with you. I would love for you to share yours with me because I would love to cheer you on. Also, let me know if this video was helpful. I do get a lot of joy and pleasure, and I value engagement on my posts and my videos. So if it was, please let me know. And then if you haven't already, I want to remind you to hit subscribe so that you can be notified every single time I post a video. I'll be honest, this is me creating a video based on my values because I would like to continue doing this. This brings me so much joy. This makes me so happy. And this is me creating new habits based on my values. So I hope to see you in the next video. I hope you have an amazing day.